up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee, and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this video was sent to me to react to because Umar Johnson basically comes for Vanessa Bryant, and the men in these comments did not let up on him. And shout out to Mark Cruz, because Mark sent me this video to react to. Shout out to him. I put a link to his TikTok channel or page so you guys can go over and support and check him out if you haven't already. But he sent me this video to react to because Umar Johnson is always in the news. He cannot catch a break. 1 minute I'm doing a video agreeing with him, and then next I'm doing a video disagreeing with him. So this just goes to show you, when it comes to Umar speaking on certain topics, he makes a lot of sense, but then on the other hand, he can come off very hypocritical, and a lot of people have a lot to say about his endeavors when it comes to the school that he's building for young boys. And while he is supposedly doing that, he's very critical on other people doing things in the Black community, and some people have an issue with that because it doesn't seem that he's living up to what he's telling other people to do. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get into the video. But before we do, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Donations.
Make sure you hit that bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Share and like the video. I'm going to stop talking. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the Black community?
Let it go, Umar. Just let it go. For the sake of the Black community, please let the late, great Kobe Bryant rest in peace. And speaking of the Black community, it is not up to you or anybody to question or dictate what Vanessa Bryant should be doing with the money that Kobe left her. What are you doing with the cash apps that you are getting, specifically from Black women? Are you doing anything to provide for them? After all, you created 2 single moms, putting them in the single mom system. Are you living in the house with any of those women? With the children? Hell no. And I suppose you have a problem with the great Michael Jordan, who also married a non-Black woman. And since you want to speak on Black issues, like I said before, you need to mind your own business. Stop making yourself look like a fool and focusing on opening up your school.
Baby, listen, what do you guys think about what he had to say on that front? Because, you know, Umar Johnson definitely has ruffled some feathers as it relates to the FDMG academy that is supposed to be for young boys. From my knowledge, he's been working on this school for quite some years, and it doesn't seem to be opening anytime soon. He constantly pushes the date back each and every year. So this year it was pushed back to next year. Next year, I'm pretty sure it'll be pushed back to the next year. And a lot of people are concerned about, you know, him opening the school because he's taken donation after donation after donation for the school, but doesn't seem to be putting in the work to get the school open. So of course people are going to be critical of him when it comes to when he says what others should be doing in the Black community. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and his daughter. That was a tragic shame. That shouldn't have never happened. But Vanessa Bryant is his wife. So whatever money, whether you like the fact that, you know, she was with him or he chose her or whatever, if that's the case, that is his wife, and he has children by this woman. So any money that she gets from him goes to support her and those kids. At this point, I don't think that Umar Johnson or anybody else should be concerned about where that money is going at this point. It's not like they were still in a dating phase or whatever. This man has passed on. Whatever, you know, assets he had goes down to his family, and that is his family. And I don't think anybody else should be concerned about what she's doing with the money and whether she should be donating all the money to the black community, because she has responsibilities. That money has to take care of her, and it has to take care of his kids as well. So I don't think he should be concerning himself with that. That's outside of the scope of his concern, in my opinion. But I do think, on the other hand, you can only be focused on what you are doing for the black community. If you are so entrenched in what others are doing, you better make sure that you are on par with the things you say that you want to do for the black community as well. And I think that's where Umar Johnson gets a lot of scrutiny from, because a lot of people can see, anybody with a brain and with eyes can see that something is shady with this school situation. So I think it's a fair assessment for people to be concerned about this, and the fact that he's always pointing out other people doing things for the black community, and what he will always chime in with or respond with is he's opening a school for black young boys, but the school has never been open. And it's just in limbo. And there are people who still make excuses for it. But what is the excuse? Like he said, you've been getting cash apps and donations for years. And there doesn't seem to be much progress happening with the school. When you have other people coupling up and doing big things and making the schools happening, schools are opening. And Umar has been doing this way before a lot of these young people have started to build schools and help young boys in the community. And so I think people are really coming to their senses and realizing that this looks like a sham and a scam, and they're just not buying into it. So you can't be a hypocrite when it comes to these things, always talking about others who you feel should be doing certain things in the community when you are not living up to what you say you're going to do in the community as well. So I think that was a fair point to be made. But let's continue. There's more. Here we go.
1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime.
Nobody knows that answer better than you, Umar. Because after all, you made 2 single moms by having 2 kids out of wedlock. And since you want to say that a lot of black women are not going to get married, you're one of those men that's not going to marry neither one of them. Because like you said, marriage is a business. And since you want to say that black men need to be held accountable for women's bad choices, then we need to put your ass in that conversation too. Isn't it fair to say that the 2 women that you was fornicating with, not being married to none of them, would look at you as a poor selection? Because we know that you ain't going to marry any of them, because you said marriage is a business.
Listen, he has a really good point there. Think about it. Umar Johnson was the very one who said that men should be held accountable for the state of dating and relationships, that it's not on the women, it's on the men to be the leaders, and the men should be responsible. By that same notion, he is right. Shouldn't he be held accountable as well, seeing as he does have 2 baby mothers and he's not married to the mother of his children, neither one of them? Shouldn't he be held to that same standard? But I think a lot of people don't want to focus on that. They just, want to continue to say what a great speaker he is. And he is, I will say, and he does speak some, knowledgeable things. But when it comes to his business and how he is always touting the black community and what others should be doing, claiming he's doing so much with the school when in actuality he's really not, I think there's something to be said to that. And a lot of people have constantly given their time, their donations, their efforts to help him in this manner, and there's no progress. There's simply no progress. So it is a bit hypocritical to try to tell others what they should be doing with their money when he's not even doing doesn't appear to be doing what he's supposed to be doing with the money that people are donating to him. And the fact that he says men should be held accountable for the state of relations and women, then by his own words, he should be held accountable for not marrying the mother of his child. So you got to look at that. You got to look at the hypocrisy. You got to look at what people do and not just what they say, and stop just looking over certain things and only, focusing on some and not the other. So I think in this case, Mark had a great point. And it's valid. It's valid. It is what it is. But once again, like I say, you give Umar some, you take some away, because that's just how it goes with Umar Johnson. Like he says certain things that are spot on, and there's certain things you have to question and you have to bring him to the table. because this whole FDMG school, we've been looking at this for some years now, and there's no progress. Simply, there's no progress. Listen, that's all I gotta say about that. Shout out to Mark Cruz once again. Y'all chime in the comments. Let me know what you think on this one. Share and like the video. Hit that bell to be notified when I go live. And definitely continue to support the channel and chime in the comments. Keep the conversation going. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. So that is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.